and welcome. This is my new series called Top 5 What to Watch, and I'm not going to be talking about like what to watch on TV or cable because I don't watch cable anymore. It's been about 10 years. This is about what to watch on Netflix or HOTSTAR or Prime. Today I'm going to be talking about Netflix because I didn't find anything interesting to watch on Prime or Hotstar. So let's get started. These are my top 5 things to watch on Netflix this week, starting with Chopsticks. Now, Chopsticks is a Hindi film. It's got subtitles, so don't worry if you don't know Hindi. But it was a film that was really being pushed by Netflix, and I didn't want to see it because I was like, "What is this film?" But last night I wasn't doing too well, and I couldn't sleep. Thank you, medicines and insomnia. So I said, okay, chalo, I'll watch like 5 minutes and see if it's okay. And it's amazing. It's written really well. It's brilliant. It's got like 3 characters, which I'm not going to review and spoil anything for you. I'm sure the trailer's already spoiled it, but really nice film. Well written, excellent characters. Great feel-good film, a must-watch like in the end of your day. So yeah, recommendation number 1 is the film Chopsticks. Recommendation number 2 is the food show, The Chef Show. The Chef Show. It's a cooking show by Jon Favreau, and basically so it's based on a cooking show based on his film The Chef, which everyone loved. I loved. Maybe not the Hindi film version, although I love Chef, but I didn't like the chef, the Indian chef. So yeah, Jon Favreau basically missed his consultant, the chef, and he wanted him to kind of come back and maybe do like he basically missed hanging out. So it's just a show where they're hanging out with their friends, talking about food, cooking, revealing recipes, spitting out food that if it doesn't taste nice, which is, by the way, amazing. I've never seen a cooking show where they eat something and they're like, this is horrible, but you have that in the show. So this was highly recommended, I would say. Watch out for the Gwyneth Paltrow episode, which is episode number 1, where they make her a pepper pot, and it's really funny what happens in the end. Episode number 2 is really cool when they get the Avengers, but it's not the actor Avengers, but it's the team Avengers. So for example, the Russo brothers, Kevin Page, yeah, I never remember his name, and Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland. And I think this is the episode where Tom Holland tries oysters for the first time. It's not, if you're like a Marvel fan and you want to see it for that, no, it's more about food. Food is the hero in this. How to make it, what restaurants do, how they intricately get into details. So I really like that show, so I would totally recommend it. It is a bit heavy. Like I can only watch like maybe one. It's not a binge. I didn't feel like I could binge watch it, but you could watch a nice 1 episode and feel happy and satisfied. You know, it's like a meal. The third show you've probably already seen. Some of you would have already seen, but this is for people who may not have seen it. It's a very unassuming kind of a show. It's called IT Crowd. The actors have become really famous after this show, but I find IT Crowd pretty brilliant. Like, you don't really it's not too heavy. It's like one of those episodic shows where you don't need to watch all the episodes to understand what's happening. You can just stop it, come back, and you'll still love it and enjoy it in the next episode. There's no real I don't even know the technical term for this, but it's just basically a nice, if you're having your dinner and you just want to watch something for 20 minutes or 25 minutes, I don't know how long the show is, you can just watch it, forget about it, and move on, but it's really funny. So that is recommendation number 3. Recommendation number 4 is Star Trek Discovery. Now, Star Trek Discovery used to come every Friday, like new episodes would come every Friday, and what would happen in my world is that Fridays the electricity would go off. It goes off every Friday. Yes. We live in a beautiful place where we have power cuts. So that was a very precarious situation for me because electricity would not be there on Fridays, and then it would release on Friday, and then I would be like, oh. So when it would come, we would all, like watch it. Now all the episodes are in, so you can go back and watch them in their order. So I would totally recommend that. So that's number 4. That's Star Trek Discovery. Really fun show. Like fun show, like if you're into Star Trek, of course. But even if you're not, it's really fun. And number 5 is Dead to Me. Now, Dead to Me, I would say, is dark comedy. Will Ferrell has produced this show, so but it's not his kind of comedy. It's very it's basically a story about friendship and how to deal with death in a very very light and fun way. I like that. I really like the show. So yes, those are my 5 recommendations. Of course, there are honorable mentions. I would recommend, like, the honorable mention to watch this week would be Murder Mystery, which is Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston's movie. It's like a murder mystery. It's making fun of the genre. It's fun. You don't need to think too much. The reason it didn't make it on my main list was because Chopstick is better, but it's also a must watch. And then Always Be My Maybe is nice. I prefer Ali Wong's stand-up than her in this. It was okay. It reminded me of that Om Puri film about that cook who wants to find. Like, I didn't feel there was any meat in the show, but watch the reason it has made it into my honorable list is because of Keanu Reeves' cameo. That is, I think, in the history of cameos, that's the best. So yeah, watch it for that. And of course, if you've been living under a rock for years, you must of course catch Crown and Madam Secretary. And recently I started watching Jane the Virgin, and it's quite funny. And my favorite character in that show is the narrator. I really love him. Like, I really enjoy how he's a diva and he's, like, hand holding you through the show. So very nice. It's a nice parody of telenovela. So I would give it an honorable mention as well. This week I did something really interesting. So I watched Flash in HOTSTAR. However, I didn't have time to binge watch. So I just went and watched all the previouslys. So previously on Flash. So every episode, and maybe I skipped 2-3. But I basically did not watch the complete episode. I just watched the previously of every episode, so I caught up to the main facts. And then in the end, the last episode of the season, it said previously on this season. Then I watched all of that and then I caught up. So so if you're in a hurry and you don't have time for binge watching like I did this week, watching previously is fantastic. I don't know if this is going to become a thing, but yeah, so that was my recommendation. And this is the first time I've done this, I think. I did do a podcast. I'm going to about the same thing. If you don't want to see my beautiful face and you just want to listen to my beautiful voice, you can go to my podcast and check it out. There I said if you want to look at my beautiful face, so I'll say if you want to hear my beautiful voice, you can go there. So I'm also very excited because I'm starting a few series. Like, this is a new series I'm going to start, What to Watch, Top 5 What to Watch. And then I'm going to be, I've already started it, I just have to edit it, but my new Polaroid series where I go to different beaches around the Vasai, Virar, Nalasopara area, and I take pictures of random strangers and I document that and I share that with you. So if you want to be a part of that campaign, you're welcome to check out my Facebook page and follow that in the event section. I'll put a link to that as well. And that's about it. I made jam and I sold jam, so that's been a big latest news in my end, but I'll leave that for another episode. Thanks for watching my top 5 What to Watch, my first series on What to Watch top 5, and I'll see you next week with a new list. Till then, take care. Bye.